Hello everybody and welcome back to the video on my YouTube channel. I'm Nicholas, and as promised earlier this week, it's finally time for us to lean back together and check out EXO Suho's second mini album, Grey Suit. We had checked out the title track with the self-titled name Grey Suit a few months ago, okay, when it initially released. We checked out that music video, and then I wanted to check out the album over time, okay? But the problem was we had 5 B-sides, and as you may know already by now, 4 songs is the maximum that SM allows per video. So it was always a question for me, okay, what do I want to do? Want to split it into parts, or how do we want to do this, okay? And it just keep pushing it back and back to that, and then just never really got to it. But now earlier this week, after we had checked out the B-side music video, which was Hurdle, alongside the recent Lay and Xiumin solos, I have now only 4 more songs left to check out, and that means we can now peacefully, without any copyright problems and issues, check out the remaining 4 B-sides of this mini album. I've got myself some tea right here, okay, and I think this is going to be a very chill and very relaxing listen, okay? Suho with a very, very brighter tone. I think this is going to be more softer, definitely, than some of the other EXO solo albums we've checked out thus far, okay? The title track was already more ballady, while Hurdle was a bit more funky, a bit more dancey, okay, but still rather soft, okay? So I think the remaining song will go into a similar direction, the first B-side being Morning Star. So let's stop the talking and let's start reacting. EXO Suho's second mini album, Grey Suit. Let's go. I think this is going to be the type of album you listen to when you're trying to fall asleep. I think that's what's going to. Already starts like that. Very long intro. Very nice. Very dreamy. Ooh. That's a very long intro. But you know me, I'm in for that. But wow, that's a 30-second long intro. Or nearly 40? Wow. That's an insanely long intro. But I like it. Really build the atmosphere of the song. But I was just about to say, do feel like that we may get some tempo here, given the guitar. Well, I think he has writing credits on all songs too, right? If I remember correctly. Ooh. Oh, interesting how his voice remains rather calm here. But we actually got a lot going on right now in the background. Ooh, simple but effective writing here. Ooh, but it's so hard to genre-rize this though. Ooh, but I like the combination. It has such a wide spectrum to it, you know? Soft vocals with the actually quite, you know, tempo instrumental. Ooh, do you hear that little soft extra melody now though? This is really cool. Like mentioned, really suited for, you know, when it gets dark outside. Ooh, vocals! Hell yeah! Ooh, but again, really interesting how we really keep the, you know, the vocals here much slower than the instrumental. Really makes for an interesting, you know, dynamic. Are the lyrics frozen? I think so. Ooh, now a little switch of course here. Nice. Ooh, I love the way he pronounces that here in English. The morning star, waiting for the morning star, oh, wake me up, up. Ooh, that's a very nice sing-along of a chorus right there. Morning star. Ooh, now we have a bit of an outro chorus here. Ooh, nice little fade out line there. Ooh, but this is such an interesting song because it really goes long in the length, okay, over 4 minutes. It's really long for a typical song. And it doesn't even have a bridge, you know, because we instead had a 40-second long intro, you know. So instead of making like, I don't know, a 10-second long intro and then using the other 30 seconds to maybe make a bridge in there, we really decided to have a very long atmospheric building intro to then really have a 2-chapter song basically, okay, where we first start slower and then increase the tempo and the dynamic of the song, then obviously go into a similar direction with the second half, but then have it all end in a much more flourished and fuller finale chorus with additional lyrics or just repeated lyrics there. But it, like mentioned, really worked, okay. This section at the end where we repeated our more, waiting for the morning star, now wake me up, you know. It's a very simple chorus in that sense, the way it's written here, but it's lyrically, obviously, therefore really easy to sing along with. I think, therefore, extremely catchy straight away. The first half of the chorus also really fun, okay, even though, like mentioned, I really enjoyed the dynamic we went for here, you know. We have, like mentioned, a very full instrumental actually, okay, which didn't really feel like it at the beginning, okay. It was all build up basically, and the way then the guitar with the actually very strong drums, okay, like it wasn't heavy, you know, but like still had a good tone to it, you know. It wasn't really soft, even though his vocal picture definitely went into that direction. I think that's generally the thing for Suho. His style and his voice is generally just way more suited for softer delivery tone, okay. Don't think he really has that, you know. Yeah, we saw a good vocal delivery, especially in the transition to the second chorus there, you know, great high note there, and I just didn't really like his tone. But he definitely isn't the type of guy that now, like, as example, a Baekhyun or Dio can, like, really go, you know, really, I know, his voice is just not, you know, feel like his voice is really more suited for the softer tones, and it's totally okay, you know. He doesn't need to go all out like that, you know. I think this tone really suits him, and I think that then in combination, like mentioned, to combine his voice delivery like that with the instrumental in that tempo really made for a nice, enjoyable sound picture, okay? Suho's Morning Star, like mentioned, song I find hard to genreize nonetheless because it feels such in a different dynamic, you know, than your usual ballad or your usual, you know, upbeat, softer ballad, you know, or like upbeat pop ballad, whatever you want to call it. Tell me how you would genreize this, okay? I'm really not sure what I would call it, but it was enjoyable nonetheless, okay? A long, enjoyable song that really evaluated itself and kept evolving, just didn't bore me all the way through. Soft, slow, but a very enjoyable start to the B-sides of Grey Suit. We have 3 more songs to go through. The next one is, what is that word? Decanting? I like no enchanting and everything, but what is decanting? I feel like I should check. I feel like I should check what that word means, okay? I feel like that may be, you know, meaningful to know to really understand the meaning of the song. Decanting. What is that? Oh. Okay, decanting is basically like when you pour, basically pouring, okay? I understand. Alright. Decanting, second song of the B-sides. Ooh. Ooh, that's slow. That's another great long intro here. Ooh. Now the keys too. Ooh, that very soft guitar in the background as well. Ooh. Ooh, I want to see where the chorus goes though. It's a very vibey verse picture, but come on. Ooh. Oh yeah. Now the Symphony 2. Oh, this is a night album. This is a night album. Okay? This is an album for the night, okay? Ah, this is something you really just want to lean back and relax to. Ah, let me grab some more tea. Well, like mentioned, this constant, you know, not sure if it's a drum or, you know, but such an engageable instrumental, even though it's so chill vibey. This is his sound, okay? This is his style. Oh, and then throwing in these two synth pieces just... Oh, that's so smooth. Generally, just giving the synth for the chorus section, it really makes it stand out to the dance. It's cup full of wet nights, though. Oh. Hey, this is so smooth. The English lyrics stand out too. Oh, I feel like this album really needs to be experienced in one listen, okay? The solo now. Incredible instrumental work on this album, seriously. It suits him so much. Ooh, the backup vocals. Ooh, I have the dual vocals here right now. Like the main lead chorus and then with the background going on. Oh. Another very long song, okay? This album feels very, very satisfying from the 4 songs we've listened to thus far, okay? This song really feels full. It really feels like they really said, you know what? We won't rush this, we really will take our time with this and really polish it up to really make it such a mood. I've like mentioned, this is a perfect song and generally that's for a fantastic album for the night, okay? There's just albums that just hit differently when it's dark outside, you know? I think many of you can relate maybe with that, you know? Like, summer albums, as example, is stuff like I would rather listen to when the sun is shining, you know? But albums like these, you know, so slow, so vibey, so chill, it's really something, you know, you put a heater on, it gets dark outside, you just, you know... You just calm down with it, okay? His voice is just really, really suited for that type of music. And again, I think the instrumentals harmonize so well with him, okay? Decanting is such a slow, in some way even sexy song, okay? It's definitely also a cuddle song, okay? I think it's definitely also the type of song, you know, you can put on for love time, you know? Ooh. That was so fun, okay? Like, it's once again so relaxing in some way, but also just really fun and enjoyable to, you know, to really get into, you know, to really go, you know, like left and right and just, you know, feel the vibe of it. And I think, like, Suho is excellent at portraying and, you know, making you feel sad vibe, okay? It just really has that very, very nice, clear tone to really bring that over and to really work in combination with these more smoother and somewhat even soul-like instrumental sections, okay? Like mentioned, I'm not the biggest music expert, so like R&B, soul, and all that kind of stuff, right? I'm not too big on the, you know, the perfect descriptions for, you know, what I may want to say, but I think you really know what I mean here, okay? This is such a... It's such a perfect mood, it's such a fantastic vibe, and like mentioned, suits him so much, and that's what I really can say thus far. I think from all the Zoe albums we've checked out, the one quality and the one positive I can always mention about each of them is how they really suit the member, okay? Like Xiumin's we checked out earlier this week really suited his vocal style, and I think the same can be said for Suho's, okay? The producers really, you know, worked with the idol here together or with the member here together to really create an album that suits his style, so, you know, outside of the, not necessarily outside of the comfort zone, but, you know, like, some members just don't always suit every title track as example, you know. Like mentioned, Suho just isn't the type of guy that I can really feel like, you know, go off or, you know, go really heavy or, you know, gritty with the vocal color, you know, as some EXO songs were. So seeing him now in a more comfortable environment like this is really, really nice because you just really feel how he blossoms in it, okay? This is his sound, this is his style, and I think Decanting is a smooth one. Okay, definitely a looper, you know, a loop potential. But like mentioned, I think just this entire album itself just really, really works well as one enjoyable all the way through listen thus far. We have 2 more songs to go through, so let's get to those. Okay, the next one is Beer Hug, and that's actually interesting because when I hear the word Beer Hug, I think of a wrestling move. Okay, so let's see what Beer Hug is, you know, meant to, you know, symbolize within the next song, or second to last song already. Let's check it out. Oh, that looks also really long. I think all songs besides Hurdle are really long. I think the title track was also like 3.5 minutes, right? Or also even 4? Oh, but again, such lengthy, satisfying intros to really set the tone and mood. Ooh, we have something here. Ooh, we keep it so simple. Where are we going with this? Ooh. Woo! It really just said vocals. I remember reading a comment they called Suho that by fans, you know, unofficially made 4th main vocalist, and this song honestly shows why, you know, it would be deserved. I think it's lead vocalist though, right? Better be, okay? If he's not at least a lead vocalist, then. But now, second verse, much fuller now, much louder, much more going on. But like that opening section with just the one piano key was so magical. The way then just all erupted in such a way was stunning. That vocal is so incredible! My god! The way he holds it for so long and then just, you know, increases the volume. Wow. Oh, that's not some power! we going in there once again, or are we... I think I'm closing it here. Close it there. Because the song is already at 4 minutes and 20 seconds. You saw me being like, are we doing the chorus one more time, or are we ending it here? Because it once again just didn't feel like it's already going on for nearly 4.5 minutes. Holy moly. I mentioned before, the only thing for me that long songs very often don't really feel that long, okay? Especially ballads. Like Suho songs especially, you know, are so long, but it just really don't feel like it, okay? The combination of his voice and his instrumental really just make the time fly so much, okay? I think this album will really be the type of album that you can really just listen to and, you know, just forget about time, you know, just want to nap or something like that, and then you wonder, holy shit, how it's already been 2 hours, you know, being just completely entranced, basically, by his vocals. But, hey, I said it earlier, you know, he really never really gave off the vibe that he can really go, like, really strong and gritty, you know, like, for a constant time. And while, like, mentioned his voice, even here, when he went more powerful, remained in a clear tone, because that's just his voice, you know, it was still a showcase, okay? This was definitely thus far the strongest vocal showcase I've seen Suho do, okay? And once again, like mentioned, I think there have been a lot of comments actually that always talked about Suho like being the unofficial fourth main vocalist, at least declared so by the, you know, by the fans. And that is honestly, after this statement here, or like, after this performance at least, definitely a statement that I can support, okay? That vocal there, do right where you are, you know, that was magical, okay? And that was really that, like mentioned, was really a way to showcase, I can sing. I got vocals. My lungs stay, you know, they can do things, okay? Yeah, leader and lead vocalist, okay. Like mentioned, if it would have been at least the lead vocalist, then I don't know what's going on here, okay? Like mentioned, the way the song starts so simple and quiet with just the piano, okay, I was really like, okay, where are we going with this? Either, if a song said like that, it will evolve and it will become much louder, much more fuller in the second half, you know, with the first chorus drop, or if we have it that simple and that quiet at the beginning, then it will actually remain like that for the majority of the time, you know, and it's really more of a, you know, vocal soothing type of sound, okay? We went, like mentioned, for the more evolving sound and did it deliver, okay? Like mentioned, the way then out of nowhere, it just all burst with so much excitement and loudness and volume was excellently done, okay? Just really well executed. Like, it really didn't feel like a straight up build up to it. You were still just wondering, okay, are we doing it or not? And then they do it, and it just, it felt so good. But again, let's just listen to that vocal again, seriously. Even you already the way he puts a bit more, you know, in there. But it ran on the same hype, you know, but now. Incredible, okay? That vocal is simply incredible, okay? It's like a perfect, you know, like, we're already nearly 2 minutes here. That's where songs already entered their bridges, you know. This is like when it had the first big climax moment. That's generally the thing. His longer songs really are more 2-chapter songs rather than, you know, the typical, you know, 2 choruses and then bridging the third chorus like that. You know, really most of them they do 2 choruses. And that's obviously how you make those 2 choruses feel much more special because you only hear twice and not 3 times, you know. But that vocal is just, incredible. Did he perform the song live? Did he perform that song live? That may be something we can check out down the road. Okay, because... stunning. Okay. Does he do that vocal live? I don't think he's performed it yet. Or? Never... damn it. Grey Suit and Hurdle with a live band. But that song with a... I would have wanted to check it out. I hope he performs the song live. Maybe later this year at the SM Town, you know. That song is stunning. I want to hear this one live. Seriously. Beer Hug was great. Beer Hug was stunning. I enjoyed it a lot. And it's now time to check out the final song already, which is Moment. The song was already truly a moment, so let's see what they have in store for us up next. Or what he has in store for us next. I was reading, you know, so that's whatever. But anyway, let's go. Ooh, that's a great picture of him, by the way. Much quicker intro. I think a bit more tempo, a bit more, you know, to wrap us up. Ooh, but again, these smooth guitars in here all the time. Ooh. The way his voice basically, you know, check out the guitar in the swipe-like delivery. Ooh, how are we doing the chorus again? Come on. 1/75th of a second? The deeper meaning behind that? Ooh, that's again about life. Oh, now the drums are kicking. Oh, I want all the songs live, seriously. All the B-sides really suit the live band aesthetic. Ooh, the background humming is nice. Ooh, then like mentioned the way we drowned the heavy part of the instrumental. I'll keep the softer dreamy parts with his voice. Again, what is the one? It's like 75th of a second. I'll think that's something I should know, but I don't. Sorry. Oh, this is actually in some way the chorus, right? Or? I love the way he pronounces moonlight there, though. Moonlight. Ooh, the violence! Oh, this will end epically. I can feel it. I can feel it. And that's what I meant. This was more now of a softer high note, you know? The other one was a powerful one. It's more a softer tone. Very value flexible voice. I love the way he pronounces moon here, you know, that moon, but like, moon. But it's such an interesting chorus. The song generally really feels different. Much shorter actually too. I really gotta say, I feel like outside of Hurdle, all songs on the album really don't follow your typical path or structure, okay? At least it's what I got now from the first listen. I feel like there's actually a more typical structure too, but at least one that you don't really hear out straight away, because it doesn't really have the typical, you know, very cut-off sections, you know, even though we did, like mentioned, use the classic, you know, taking out the heavier instruments to only leave in the smoother ones, the smoothing ones. No, the soothing and smooth ones. English, the real language, to, you know, create a difference with that. But, oh wait, actually has something in the Korean title too. Wait, the English name is Moment, but the Korean title is actually also something with the, what is the meaning by the one of a 75th of a second? Is that a Korean thing, you know, like a Korean saying, or like, because I've actually never heard about it, I don't know. But either way, yeah, Moment, a very different song compared to the rest of the album. Still fits or suits, still suits the vibe of the remaining songs, you know, because generally, like mentioned, his vocal tone, just his voice in general, really make the album cohesive already. But I think generally the instruments we went for were all way more fun and way more soft or brighter in general. Okay, there isn't really one song that really has a big, you know, stand out difference to it in sense of, you know, the sound picture. Okay, the sound picture is very, very cohesive throughout the album, and I really enjoy that. Like mentioned though, Moment itself, definitely I think the shortest song on the album. I think Alongside Hurdle. Okay, it's definitely way faster. You know, this really felt fast because, you know, it's like 3 minutes 36, which is totally on point for a song like usually. But because other songs for so long, this actually flew by even more. But yeah, I think Moment definitely is the song I need the most listens on more to, I think, just get it a bit more. Okay, I think because this was actually outside of Hurdle the only song that really had a typical, free choruser writing to it. But it's always good if a first impression on a song makes you want to listen to it more to understand it more, because that usually means that there's something about it you really enjoy, And I think that's something to get for a moment. Okay, again, how does he wait? The way he pronounces this dancing in the moonlight, he pronounces it so differently. This really just sounds like the typical chorus, Moonlight. It's so interesting how he pronounces that. Like, I really enjoy it, but it feels so different. Like, I don't think I've heard it pronounced like that before. I guess maybe it works just better with the following syllables for the Korean words. I'm not sure. But yeah, Moment just doesn't really feel typical, It's a more typical length and a more typical song structure itself, but it still really doesn't feel typical. And I think this once again a great showcase of how Suho himself just really has a own flavor in his voice and just an own flavor to his songs, Like, I think outside of Hurdle, which I mentioned felt more like a typical disco dance song. Every other song just feels different compared to your usual K-pop releases, which isn't a bad thing. It's like doesn't always necessarily need to be a good thing, Like different doesn't immediately equal bad or good. But I think different in this case just really makes it intriguing and doesn't just make it, your very long ballad and whatnot, which I'm in for, like just know some people that aren't really into this more softer type of delivery, but I honestly think that Suho's album is such a great listen. Okay, like mentioned, I'm very excited to now listen to it in full, in one sitting, like listening to 6 songs back to back, especially cohesive sound picture like this, is a much different experience to, listening to one song 5 months ago, the other one earlier this week, and now 4 songs we're talking in between. Okay, I will definitely look forward to now some, uninterrupted listens here, like mentioned, and we'll get Dark Outside again soon anyway, so that's definitely where the album will definitely be hitting the most. Okay, I really enjoyed this album all the way through. Okay, vocally great showcase. I think Suho definitely showed here why he is considered an unofficial 4th main vocalist within EXO. Okay, he delivered in that sense, but also like mentioned, delivered some extremely smooth and soothing vibes of a sound. This is an excellent album, and in my opinion, just continues the amount of quality that EXO puts out, not just as a group, but also on their own. Okay, EXO just keeps delivering, whether it's as a group or as singular members. Very, very entertaining album, very, very enjoyable. Definitely something for my more softer side. I enjoyed this a lot, and I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction plus review. If you did, leave a like down below to show me if you did. What are your thoughts on the 4 songs we've checked out today? What are your thoughts on the entire Suho Great Suit album? We'll definitely be checking out this first mini album down the road as well, but leave me all thoughts about that in the comment. And as always, if you enjoyed what I'm doing, if you want to support me, then gladly sub as well. Also put my Patreon, it would help me a lot. Like mentioned, we obviously still have a lot of the EXO discography to check out. Okay, so many more solo releases by Suho and the other members. So for whatever content you may be interested in, for whatever content you may want to in for, I will see you again soon on this channel. Stay safe, have been happy, have a great time, have a wonderful weekend, and start into the new week. And see you again soon with more EXO and other K-pop reactions. Thank you guys so much for watching.